Hi guys, I'm back. Here's the second card I promised you, and it's how it turned out. I had one monster left, so I used him, and I also wanted to redo the sentiment on the first card I made. I like the tone on tone, but I thought maybe you want to see how it looks with silver. And so I left the stamps in last night actually, so that was handy. And or lazy, you choose. And I pulled out the Wow Metallic Silver Regular, and I just put it on top and everywhere. I restamped it, so it should be in the same position, unless my card moved, of course, but I was fine. And then I heat set it, and they do mix a little bit with the, well, with each other, but you get a kind of like a, yeah, I'm not sure, like a metallic hammered effect. It's quite cute. Not sure if you can see it on screen, but it's not completely silver and it's not see-through anymore. And it's shiny, it's easier to read, and so people might get drawn to it quicker. So this is the monster I had left from Your Next Time Silly Rock Monsters, and I want to make him stand in front of a bokeh effect background. And because I'm really lazy, I am also doing a portrait card because the sentiment is still in there. You can of course move it, but I kinda liked it. So yeah, let's use that one. And of course if you make it portrait you have less bokeh strip if you do it the other way, but then it would be narrower because the card is skinnier, I guess. And here I'm using my grid to make sure it's straight. And here I just, eyeballed the kind of area I wanted. And this is where I wanted my monster. It's not where he ended up. You'll see why. I should have masked off the bottom, but I didn't. So I pulled out some distressed inks like Mustard Seed, Wilted Violet, Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, Spice Marmalade, I think, Picked Raspberry, Candied Apple, Mermaid Lagoon, all kind of nice bright ones. And my mini daubers, and I'm just, dotting them around. And the bokeh effect is a photography effect that, sorry, something dropped, it was my head. The bokeh effect is a photography effect where you put the aperture open wide, and that makes everything go fuzzy. The aperture usually is hexagonal, so I'm showing you also my DIY stencil with a hexagonal nesting dice. But for convention I used round ones. So there's also bokeh stencils available. I linked them down below. Or they were available. I will link them down below if they're still available. Let's say that. And then I'm just dotting them around, making sure not to overlap too much where I might get mud. But I'm not too careful about it. It doesn't really matter if the area is not completely covered. It doesn't have to be. And I also pulled out peacock feathers, but I didn't use it in the end. I thought it was maybe a little bit too similar to the Mermaid Lagoon, and I kind of wanted the bright colors and to pop. Primary colors more like, and purple and pink because it's me. It's like cats. If I wish there were purple cats, to be honest, that would be funny. If there's a Russian blue, of course, but that's not purple. And I'm just dotting it all around until I'm happy with the coverage. And sometimes I go back in the same colors just to brighten them or deepen the color. And yeah, the Wilted Violet smudge there. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, I will put my monster on. I'm putting a little bit more strip for when I put on the Lawn Fawn Yeti ink, as pigment ink, and I made a stencil with nested circle that I see. This is my hexagonal one, which you can use of course as well. And I also pulled out all the ones that are circles, but this one is best. I used the smallest in the nesting circles, and I just dotted them around in this panel, which is cardstock. You could do it off acetate of course, but I thought you would see this better on screen. And then I just tape it so it doesn't move. And I'm using the bigger dauber or the mini ink blending tool to apply ink. And because it's pigment ink, this Lawn Fawn Yeti, I heat set in between, and then I layered it again to make it more intense. And with bokeh effect, it's important that the bigger circles or dots are more translucent than the smaller ones, and that's just the way it is. But also because they will take up all the attention if the really big ones were completely covered. And you can layer it as much as you want, and I did twice, but you can do more. And then I just turned this stencil to get the other circles and put it on top again. And the more you layer it, the more effect you get, of course. So I also pulled out the Simon Says Stamp dotted circle stencil, and I'm just using bits and bobs of it where I think I like the circles. See, the smaller one, if they're more pronounced, they make more sense. And I don't know if you ever achieved the bokeh effect with your camera, but it's really fun. Try it with your Christmas lights and your Christmas tree this Christmas, actually. Yeah. My Christmas tree, when I used to put one up, would stay until it died in March or April. Yeah, I could not throw it away. So I will strategically place my little keyboard player. I should have made him blonde or reddish like Nick Rhodes. Do you remember Duran Duran? He had this ginger colored hair. But I will turn on the music, and then I'm just mounting it with foam tape on the card, and that's pretty much all of it finished. If you find that your Yeti ink seeps into the distressed inks, you can always add some more later. While it's drying, it does change a little bit, but that's just the nature of the ink. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!